Hi, and welcome along to AFTV. We're here for the Starting 11 show. The Premier League is back, and the first game of the weekend is happening right here at the Emirates Stadium. It's Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. Big Ange's Nottingham Forest, remember, because Ange Postecoglou, now in charge of Forest, appointed this week. Here to discuss what we think the Starting 11 will be. We've got lead judges in the building. Marty is here, and Christian is here as well. And listen, want to hear from you guys who you'd like to see in the Starting 11 today. We're excited about this one. I am, because I am hoping that we see a debut for a certain player, a certain Eberici Eze.
Oh, right, you know.
You forget about that?
Yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to it, like, you know, that's depends if can he play left back or wide centre half, or you know, we'll have to wait and see, like, you know. So yeah, look, listen, I'm looking forward to that, but I just want to see the handbrake off today. I want to see a different approach from Arsenal from now on. I really do. I want to see us. We've got the defence, we've got the squad, we've got all the players. Just release, please release me. Let them go. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, let them off the leash, please, Mikel.
What about you? I mean, what are you thinking, Marty? I mean, you know, let them off the leash today as well?
100%. I think this is going to be a really, really tough game for Nottingham Forest. Ange coming in, obviously the changeover from Nuno's team, you know, how they set out and play. You're not just going to change that straight away in a matter of a game. I think, if I'm honest with you, he's going to have a bit of a bye on this game. I don't think he's expected to win it. And they could be there, you know, they could end up taking a big hit today. But listen, it's Premier League football, anything can happen. I'm not underestimating Nottingham Forest.
It sounds like you
Yeah,
are.
looks
Yeah.
like
I think
You just spent about 2 minutes underestimating them, and then say you don't underestimate.
No, I respect him, but you look at this Arsenal squad and this team. It's not just like, I was on the way up here. I was thinking about obviously Saliba being out and the depth we've got. It's like, you know, we can play the back four with Mosquera playing, and then you can't even get Hincapie in the team. You can't even get Miles Lewis-Skelly in the team. You know, if you play that, but it's ridiculous. And our record against Nottingham Forest is really good at home. I don't think they've won here for years. I mean, it's something ridiculous, like a 19-2
3-0
aggregate.
last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3-0, 19-2 aggregate. You know, over the last 6 games at home, it's a phenomenal record. I just think they're going to be in for a hell of a beating.
What's he doing to us? What's he doing to us?
Well, you say hell of a beating at the end there. Hell of a beating. Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Saliba, by the way, did train yesterday.
Yeah, I heard about
so,
this.
you know, Saliba could actually be back in the team.
Well, I wouldn't rush him back, though.
I was going to ask you that. Would
No
you
way,
play him?
man. We've seen it too much under Mikel, rushing players back. When we've needed to maybe rush players back, we rushed Saka back last year, probably rushed Havertz back last year, but we've got Mosquera there. Came on at Anfield, made his debut, was absolutely brilliant, didn't put a foot wrong. Play him today. Trust him. It would be Mikel to start Saliba today, and I think it would be the wrong decision.
It's a great thing, that, isn't it? That you know, like this time last season, Saliba, yeah, he's got to play whether he's 8% fit or whatever. Now we're saying, well, we can relax. He can play Tuesday or he can play next Sunday or whatever, and that's where we are now with this squad. I think that's with every single player. I think we've. You know, as Christian was saying there, rush back Saka last year. No need to rush him back now. Like, you know, another player that's out, obviously Saka, who didn't train yesterday, definitely not going to be playing today. But you know, we saw Madueke during the week for England. He was excellent. He looked really good. You know, in bits against Liverpool as well. He'll start, I presume, on that right-hand side. And again, like, that is showing the strength in depth at the moment, because there are some key players out, like Saliba, Saka, you know, Havertz. These would have been absolute key players last year. 100%. And I think, like, you know, definitely with Saka and Saliba, if you was to say, right, do a poll of 100 fans, you know, who's Arsenal's best 2 players, I think that they would be the 2 players. And here we are sitting here going, well, it ain't the end of the world that they're left out and all that. That just shows you what we've done in the summer, the strength of it all, like, and we have got the squad now to compete. There's no excuses no more. Like I keep hearing about Ange coming back and all that, like, you know what I mean? This is a manager that
like sort of like, oh, let's just like, what's it like, manager bounce back and all that. Like everybody like, oh, let's make an excuses. No, like this is a man that nearly relegated Spurs last year. Like let's get that right. And the manager before him was an ex-Spurs manager anyway. Nothing to do with it. Like you know what I mean. This is no excuses. You go out there today and you get the job done. I think they're a good side. They've got players that can hurt you. But as we said, every Premier League team has got players that can hurt you. Yeah. You just got to get the job done.
They made a lot of new signings, Nottingham Forest. A lot of good signings as well. Douglas Luiz. Zinchenko, although I don't think he'd be able to play.
He's not allowed to play, no.
But, they've made a lot of good signings. They've got a lot of players who are assimilating to the team. They've got a new manager as well. Is this be a good time to play them, or is it a bad time with, possible new manager bounce with, a new manager in Big Ange coming in?
I think it's a great time to play them personally. The players, and they bought Hutchinson as well. For me, the players that they've got don't necessarily play with a high press. And I can't really see Chris Wood as well chasing down a goalkeeper 8 to 10 times as a striker, pressing a goalkeeper. The way Ange plays, at Tottenham, and the way he played at Celtic, just historically what he does. I don't think those players at Forest are sort of set out to do that. I think
that's his style, though.
Yeah, there you go. But so I think he's going to find it hard to transition into that, and it's going to be over a period of time.
How do you think he'll play today? What style do you think he'll play?
I think he's going to probably have to shut it up. He hasn't had that much time with the team. It's how they respond to the voice. Obviously, I would imagine that Forest team had a lot of respect for Nuno. And then you're changing the manager in that way. How are the players going to respond to that in the changing room? Are they going to like the fact that Postecoglou's in there, or is it going to be something that's going to spur them on, thinking we could end up winning something here? It's how they react to him. But look, it's a huge test coming to the Emirates on a Saturday afternoon for your first game in charge of a team which aren't probably expected to do that well this season.
I would love to see it though. Imagine Ange comes in, he's been there, 2 days, international break, players coming back, barely any training with the team, and he just plays a high line. Emirates first game. It would be, if there's any manager that would do something like that and stick to his principles, Arsenal away first game is Ange. I don't think it's going to happen. Like I say, I would love to see it. But I think he'll just say, look, I've only been here a couple of days, let's just play how we've been playing. The system. Nuno's been great there. I know they just got battered by West Ham. Before that, they've been good. I think they've won one, drawn one, lost one. And it was like Marinakis was waiting for that loss to sack him, because obviously they had Ange in the wings waiting. I think Ange will say, look, we're set up defensively, kind of like how he set up Spurs in the Europa League final. It's Arsenal away. Let's just try and grind out a point or a decent result. He'd snap your hand off for a point right now. I would love to see it if he just pulled out the high line straight away.
MK Gunner 24 with a super chat says, "You're right, Lee. That's where we are, but not where Arteta is. He needs to rotate. He'll go with the same team that finished the first half against Liverpool." He says, right? Do you think he's going to make some changes today?
Yeah. Listen, if you're not going to play Eze at home against Nottingham Forest, you ain't going to play him anywhere. You know what I mean? Like it's a big signing. You've got to play him. I can understand it to a certain degree, not making your debut at Anfield. I get that, to that. But this is now at home. You spent big money on him. I'll be shocked if he's not playing today.
I just saw this comment here from this guy, Most Wanted. He says, he goes, if Eze doesn't start today, sack Arteta immediately. I mean, boy, that's a bit strong. But, I think I want to see Eze start. You know what I mean? Yeah. The excitement he's going to bring. We all saw the ovation he got on, when he came out onto the pitch. Use that fire. You know what I mean? So especially with the early kickoff, use that fire, get him into the team, get the ball up to him,
He has to start. Especially in games, I've been saying recently, and Lee, you're talking about take the handbrake off, right? In games like this, or games at home against the Leeds, against the Forest, against the Palace, games where we're going to dominate, we're going to have the ball. We don't need, in my opinion, two defensive-minded midfielders in Declan Rice and Zubimendi in these kind of games. When everyone's fit in these kind of games, I'll play Declan Rice, put him in the 6. I'll play Eze as a left 8, and I'll play Martin Odegaard as a right 8.
Really?
Odegaard doesn't play as a 10 for us. He plays an 8. He drops deep. He gets the ball deep. We see him as a 10 because he has been a 10 before. but he's up and down. Obviously, he links up with Saka on the right hand side. But imagine we had that with Eze on the left as well, playing him in his strongest position, left 8, left 10, that attacking channel. Having a left winger, right winger, striker. That's 5 attackers on the pitch to go at teams that are sitting in a low block. That's why we struggle. If we've got Declan Rice and Zubimendi, they're both deep, and then you've got Odegaard trying to create in front of them and 3 attackers. Of course we're going to struggle against low blocks, but we're going to have most of the ball in these kind of games at the Emirates. Take the handbrake off. Play more attacking players.
What about the one that we were talking about on the Invincible podcast, which is a 4-4-2 with Mikel Merino and Gyökeres up front?
So look, I don't think you need to play necessarily a 4-4-2 in that situation. Play the 4-3-3. Just change Odegaard for Merino. That's how he plays for Spain. It's just
coming off the back of a hat trick.
Yeah,
for Spain.
4-2.
Why are you looking at me like that? I'm not convinced by that one. I'll be honest.
I'm just saying it. I'm not saying we should do. I'm just
listen. I'm not
out there.
Listen, I think there's different ways to take the handbrake off. You know what I mean? Like as we've both said, like different formations. Like you can still play with those players without the handbrake off. Like the one thing about which I agree with what we struggle is that Declan Rice, I think, is a wonderful, wonderful player. The one thing that he ain't got is that little way that he can beat 2 or 3 players and everything like that. He's more like running through, powering through and all that, like, which is an option for you. But when it's all tight and that, you need those little ones that are going to beat a man and beat the press.
Like an Eze.
Yeah.
Like an Eze. So like, I'm with you, like, you know what I mean? Maybe you only need one of them in there, like, you know what I mean? And I'd probably say, like, if you're going to let one go out, it would be Zubimendi or Declan Rice. And and if you want to go down that route, then you put Merino in there. I think if you leave someone like Zubimendi or Declan Rice out today, which you possibly could do, and we end up not winning this game and losing it by getting on the counter attack, people are going to go, oh well, we've left the back door open and things like that. So whatever he does, he's got to get it right. He's got to get this. Got to get it right. You know what I mean?
Okay. Another super chat here. Snap Pomedia says, is Slot playing the prime Wenger ball, because some of his tactics and finishing. Whoops, that just jumped in front of it. Some of his tactics and finishing has been like what Arsenal had in that season, and now he's got. That's the reason why he's now brought in Arne Slot. Alexander Isak. A very Liverpool type chat there. Idris says, at Anfield, I was angry at 0-0. We must be braver, right? So, he's asking for braver.
I think everybody can agree with that.
And Frank says, hello from Tokyo. Wow. Come on, you Gunners. Big up to him. The team will be out very, very soon. You was about to say something, Marty?
Yeah, so for me, I think you play Zubimendi and Rice. Zubimendi is a player that we've missed in the last season. He is that guy that will thread it through the eye of a needle. His passing range is absolutely phenomenal. He would stick it on a sixpence. So that's why I would put him. And I think him in the 6, these games actually work perfectly for him because of his style of play. Declan Rice is a workhorse. I think they play, he's box to box. And purely the reason why I say Merino is just because of his finishing. How many times have we seen Odegaard, and again, I'm not disrespecting Odegaard, how many times have we seen him outside the box, putting it into Rosette or not taking the shot or putting it wide or something like that? I just think Merino gives us that option. And do you know what I'm really looking forward to? I really hope he starts Eze. This is the homecoming. This is the the final sort of piece of the puzzle, and if he comes back and he scores on his home debut, that is going to be so special.
Another player that's a player under pressure. I don't know why.
Who?
He's only played 3 games, right? He scored 2 out of 3. Victor Gyökeres. No. There'll be a lot of eyes on him today. No, I'm saying, listen, not under pressure as far as I'm concerned, but the way people have scrutinising this guy, he's like, it's almost an expectation to score every single game. Now, he is, there'll be a lot of eyes on him today.
Listen, I'm from this game on now, I'm judging him. You know what I mean? Like the last 3 games, I think, like fitness-wise, you can have I don't think he has been fit. He hasn't been. He was sort of rushed into the squad and all that, like blah 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 blah. But he's had 3 games now for us. He's had 2 games for Sweden. He should be up and running now as far as fitness is concerned. And I expect to see a little bit sharper. I expect the jeans off. I expect the shorts on, and I expect a better performance from him today. I do, but I also think that the team and the system and Mikel's got to help him out as well. It's no good. give him the service that he thrives on. Zubimendi whipping in an early cross, bang, goal. So I think there's got to be a little bit of emphasis on the wide players and that to give him the chances as well.
I have the team,
Ooh.
ladies and gentlemen out there. The team in goal, David Raya, and I understand this is his 100th appearance for us as well. Unbelievable.
41 clean sheets, I think. Nearly 50%.
41 clean sheets. That's nearly a 50. I mean, that's unbelievable. But David Raya starts in goal. Timber. Who do you think the centre back? Do you think
Saliba? I think Saliba.
No,
Mosquera
and Gabriel. He's not going to play Saliba.
That's how you know nothing about football. It's Mosquera.
Oh, that's right.
I'm glad though. That's the right decision.
It is the right decision.
In the
It
past,
is the
we'd have
right
rushed
decision.
Saliba back. This is the right decision.
Mosquera, Gabriel, Calafiori keeps his place.
Yeah.
Then in midfield is Zubimendi,
Yes.
Marino,
Yes.
Odegaard,
Oh, no Rice.
right?
Told you to leave Rice out.
Right.
I said that on the Invincibles.
Then Madueke, Eze starts,
Yes.
and Gyökeres.
Right, look, can I tell me you haven't got me about no football? What did I say? Right? What did I say? And I said he'd leave Rice, and you all went no, and I said he would leave Rice out because he's played 2 games for England.
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
you
blah.
did,
I
you
did
did
say
leave.
that, like, you know what I mean?
Do you know what? And Cecil said it the other day in the match preview, the predicted starting 11. He said to leave Rice out, and it was an out there wild statement at the time, but he's been left out.
You know, I'm not actually mad at it.
No,
What I was
because-
saying just now about playing
Give him a
an
rest.
attacking player in the left eight, Odegaard in the 10 or the right eight, it's kind of what he's doing. Because Mikel Merino in and around the box, I have to say it might sound crazy, but he's better than Declan Rice in those positions. His finishing is great. We've seen it for Spain, hat-trick. We've seen it for Arsenal, end of last season. He's good in those positions around the box. He can pick up positions, he can score goals, he can get on the end of things. I think Declan Rice's best position for me is still in the 6. He's a destroyer. He's incredible at breaking up play, and we don't need 2 of those players. So having Zubimendi there to do that, let Mikel Merino forward, Odegaard forward. We're going to have most of the ball. That's a much more attacking team than we saw at Anfield.
Is Rice on the bench?
The bench is Kepa. Ben White's back on the bench. That's good to see. Henkapi, of course, the new signing. He's on the bench as well. Martinelli, Trossard, Wanyeri, Rice,
Yeah, that's good. So that means he has
Louis
been rested.
Skelly, and Max Dalman. That's a very strong bench, especially when you
Saliba's on the
consider
bench.
there's no
Saliba not on the bench.
Saka, no Saliba. You know, he's just very strong. But yeah, I guess Saliba's not there, but Ben White can fill in at centre back. And I remember Hincapi, he plays at centre back. He was playing at centre back a lot of times for.
No need to
for
rush him
Bayer
back, is it?
Leverkusen.
Yeah, we haven't just got depth. We've got depth on depth on depth.
Quality.
Think about Saka being out. Madueke comes in. If Madueke was out, Nwaneri starts there. If Nwaneri's out, Dalman can start there.
Yeah.
Same on the other side. All right, if Eze's going to start on the
Wanyeri
left.
on the bench.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
If Eze's going to start, he's out. Martinelli can start.
Yeah.
Martinelli's out. Trossard can start.
Yeah.
The depth is there now. Like you said, there's no
on
excuse.
that, like so, where we will miss Declan Rice though is set pieces because remember.
We're not relying on them, are we? We've got other things to do.
Well, you remember how good Declan Rice is from set pieces, even for England the other day.
Yeah, even England are relying on him.
Yeah, so. But then,
Eze.
would it be Eze who'll take the set pieces
Oh,
for
of course. Yeah, listen, listen, what you think I've got a problem if the ball's 30 yards out and Eze steps up to take a free kick?
you? What about corners?
it's more
What about
corners, I think,
corners?
with-
Listen, Eze's a set piece specialist. We've seen him do this numerous times. Stick the ball in all sorts of places, top bins, the lot. That is what
Corners
the
though,
guy.
things like corners.
You
which
his
is
agent,
everywhere.
you his agent or something.
No,
Corners and stuff like that.
listen, he's fantastic. You listen. I don't.
When he steps up, it's the first man. Right from his first corner, he'd be like, "Oh, look, get
If he does,
Rice
I'll
on."
be looking for him because I like.
Oh, yeah. Well, where I sit, I have Mr. Judges sat up there with the posh lot in club level, just waving down at me.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, that first one, when he gets it, I'm going to shout out, "Duck!"
Yeah.
So, are we happy with this team?
Yeah.
Are you happy, Lee?
Yeah, look, listen.
Because I like to get it from you from the beginning, because I know you're a guy who come later on now. Why did he play him? And then he play. Are you happy? I like to know right now. Yeah.
I actually said, like, with Declan Rice played 2 games for England, blah, 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 there's a lot of work and all that. Like, I don't think we need to flog him. Like, we've got a difficult game next Sunday, which you're definitely playing. We've got a game Tuesday, you're probably playing that, like, rotation. I'm all for that. Right, so I ain't got the problem with Declan Rice there. It's my front three that I said that should be there, like, you know. I've got no grievances with that team.
Okay. No Lewis Skelly starting still. Calafiori. Cool with that?
Yeah, Calafiori's player of the month. Calafiori's player of the month. So you can't listen. He's earned. For me, he's earned his place. You've got to keep him there. He's done really well. You know, he's a quality operator. I mean, look, we're sport for choice. You can play Hincapié there. You could play Miles Lewis Skelly there. It's trying to fit these players now into the team, which is absolutely fantastic. I'll be honest with you, I can't wait to go to this game. I'm so intrigued to go and see this. I think he's picked a decent squad. We've got 5:45 kickoff on Tuesday against Athletic. So, you know...
Is it?
Yeah, it is a 5:45.
I didn't even realise that.
Yeah.
I turn up there late.
Yeah, well...
that wouldn't be the first, would it?
Don't you start. You were late here today.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I wouldn't. Me and
You were
Christian
late.
arrived at the same time, mate. If you
Listen, when the show starts at 11, it don't mean you turn up at about 4 minutes to go.
5 to 11, I turned up.
You turn up there at about 9:45 like me and Robbie, like consummate professionals.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, listen, we have an 11 o'clock show, and Robbie don't turn up till 15:15. So, like, you know, I think I'm done all right.
Yeah.
How can someone that's always late have a go at
I
someone
ain't always
being
late.
early,
It's
like,
lying.
you know
And
what I
how
mean?
did you get on this? I'm just saying that I didn't realise it was a 5:30 kickoff on Tuesday.
5:45.
5:45.
Yeah, tell him it's 5:30. Get there then. Definitely a 5:30.
Well, I'll be with you, innit? So, you know. But listen, it is a lot of rotation. Has he? Well, not a lot of rotation, but has he got that in mind, Christian? The fact that Bilbao away, that's not going to be an easy game. You know,
tough
you know
game.
that it'd be packed. It'd be a great atmosphere there. We've seen, you know, them in the Europa League. It's really bouncing there. So has he got that in mind when he's thinking about the team today?
Yeah, I guess so. I think Rice will obviously play against Bilbao. Whether he starts Lewis Skelly or Calafiori stays, I don't know. But like Marty, I'm happy with either of those. I think they're both very good players. Whoever starts at left back, I'm happy. Maybe Hincapié might come on today. Might see him start against Bilbao. That's the depth we've got. Other rotation will be interesting. Whether Martinelli comes back in for that game. We haven't seen Trossard in a while. I don't think we've even seen him off the bench for a long time. I think striker depth we're still struggling. Because if Gyökeres goes down, who plays there?
Marino.
Exactly. That's the point. Every other position
Martinelli
we've got
will as well,
depth.
Christian. I think Martinelli will cover that role.
Yeah.
But that's where I think we're just in January maybe go and get just one more player who can play there, who's good there, who can score
Havertz will be
goals.
fit by then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Let's not get into that. But in terms of the squads, we're in a very good place, and this is I know it's early. This is a must-win, man. Because I'm looking at Liverpool's game tomorrow. They're going to beat Burnley,
And I agree.
Can't slip further behind.
You've also, if you've got a big squad, you've got to trust it and use it. It's no good having a big squad and leaving all these players out. You know, they're all there. Norgard, I don't take it's not even on the bench yet, even though he's back in training. So you look at the players. You've got Saliba, Norgard, not even in it, man. Saka and also Havertz that are all at least in that squad when it shows you how strong it is. So you've got to use it and you've got to make it work.
So when you know, the question is when those four players, how do you fit them in? You know, who do you leave off the bench? That's how strong.
That's how strong it is.
It's unbelievable.
So like there'd be a little thing at the moment where Mikel could actually say, "Well, you're doing well getting on the bench," like, you know what I mean? You know, like to get on the bench is an achievement now at Arsenal.
Yeah, and that's that in itself is everything. That shows exactly what we're about. Look, I think with this game today, very rarely do Arsenal lose consecutive games, and very, very. I don't think we've lost to Nottingham Forest at home. Is that? I think I might be right in that. We've got a fantastic record against them, and look, I wouldn't be surprised if we walk away with this 4, 5, 6 in the back of the net.
Yeah, by the way, I just got a note here. I just got a 5, 6.
I'm really
excited today. Calm down a bit, bro. By the way, right, I just got a note from the production team, right, asking me to ask you about this.
Who,
now,
me?
Yeah, you specifically.
Okay,
now, apparently, you laughed at Cecil when he suggested that Rice should be left out of this team.
Yeah, 100%. I did.
So, do you want to apologise to Cecil right now because Rice has been left out?
No, I thought it
Not
was.
laughing now, are you?
No, I thought it was a complete. Listen, in the comments, you check the comments out. I wasn't the only person.
I'm not asking the comments. I'm asking you.
Listen, fair play. I'll apologise, Cecil, all day long. I wasn't being. I didn't mean that horribly, but to leave Declan Rice out, for me, Declan Rice is one of the best midfielders in Europe. Like, and I know people say, "Oh no, he doesn't even get into the top 5." Factually, he is that good. He is a phenomenal player. And then when Cecil said his midfield of Eze, I think it's Eze, Wanyeri, and Zubamendi, or no, Marino, Eze, and Zubamendi. Leaving Rice out, I mean, that's a big shout.
Yeah, that's a silly call from Cecil. That is like, he asks silly questions and he puts out silly teams.
But he got it completely. I think apart from the Eze in the 10, he got it completely right. So fair play.
Odegaard's never going to be left out.
No.
Yeah.
Never going to be left out. I think it's a big game for Odegaard. If he does not perform against Nottingham Forest at home, when is he going to?
Yeah.
So it's a big game for Martin. I hope he produces it.
Let me give you the Nottingham Forest team, by the way.
Is Ange playing?
Angie's there, but it's Sells, Williams, Morata, Murillo, Sangare, Hudson-Odoi, Anderson. Elliot Anderson played really well for England the other day. Morgan Gibbs-White, Chris Wood, Indoi, and Milenkovic. Correction, Milenkovic. That's their team.
Players can hurt you.
They've got quality, man.
They've got quality.
A lot of quality.
Hudson-Odoi, Chris Wood, Gibbs-White. We know what they're about.
A decent side.
Arguably, that's a better team than Tottenham.
It's not hard.
When you think
At the
about it,
moment?
they come 7th in the league or 5th, 6th in the league. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, that's a decent outfit. Like Forest are a decent side.
Yeah.
So I think, not to be taken lightly.
Last season they were last season they were 4.
5s and 6s.
They were 4. No, listen, hear me out. Listen, last season they were 4 throughout the whole season, but at the end of the season they run out of legs. Don't forget, this is a team that got hammered by West Ham. When I saw West Ham at the beginning of this season, honestly, I was worried for their future in the Premier League. They looked absolutely awful. Like, I thought that you lot could be in a relegation battle here. They were absolutely diabolical. And then they went and turned Nottingham Forest over 3-0 and comfortably.
It's football, though, isn't it? I know what you're saying. But if you actually look at that game, it wasn't like West Ham battered Nottingham Forest the whole game. I think they scored 3 goals in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And the game turned.
Yeah.
But this is a Premier League. Anyone can lose 3-0
I get that, but then
day.
also
And that's a lesson why you should be cautious.
Listen, no.
You didn't expect that to happen to Forest against West Ham, did you?
But also, after spending 250 million quid in a transfer window, and if we're talking
They
about
spent 190 million.
Okay, and we're talking about the quality of players, and all we need is this number 9. All we need is Eze. Mikel Arteta has been given absolutely everything he needs to complete this job. If you can't beat Nottingham Forest at home, a team that we consistently
we think we're going to win. It's just I don't think I'm saying we're going to slap them 5.
Let me just remind you, with Forest, like you just said, right? So last year, for a lot of the season, people were thinking they are going to get top 4. They were playing that good, right? And they've spent 190 million this summer. It's not like they're not paupers. They're not like a team like just signed 1 or 2 players. They brought in and some good players like Douglas Luiz, and even though he's not starting today, but it's good. You saw that midfield there. That's a good midfield. Elliot Anderson, Morgan Gibbs-White.
They
they're a
managed
good
to keep
side.
players as well. That's the thing. A team like Forest who overperforms, sometimes they get ripped apart. Well, we saw they lost the Langer. Gibbs-White nearly went. They managed to keep on to him.
Brought that Indoi in as a good player.
That's the thing, yeah. So they haven't been ripped apart. Their quality is still there from last season, apart from a Langer.
Hutchinson, they signed Hutchinson, Is he on the bench? He's on the bench.
Is he on the bench?
Yeah, he's on the bench,
Look, we know their owner's out to make it into the Champions League. That's obviously his aim. That's why he's been ruthless with the manager as well.
Yeah,
McAtee. Of course they do.
McAtee's on the
I
bench
think you
as
have
well.
you have a little rethink about your goal.
Mate, listen.
Their bench. Douglas Luiz is on that bench. McAtee's on the bench, who they got from City, and also Imari Hutchinson. They spent a lot of money there. As I said, nearly 200 million quid.
Yeah, no, listen, I get that, but I'll back this Arsenal team. If I'm wrong at the end of it, and this season we have a terrible season, then call me deluded or whatever for backing my own team. But what I see with Arsenal Football Club right now, and I've watched Arsenal for years, I just genuinely think it's our time, and I generally really think that.
I understand what you're saying here, mate, but when you see the performances against Man United and Liverpool.
Are you going to get them? But that was okay. So that performance, right? When champions win games ugly, that game against Manchester United, we would have lost that a season or two ago. By playing how we played, we would have definitely conceded. We would have drawn that game. We would have thrown it away. We found a way to win that game ugly, and Manchester United were all over us, and that's the difference. I think in this Arsenal. Okay, we were unlucky against Liverpool. We, you know, if you look at, I think Manchester City have only won once at Anfield in the last six outings, and that was when they were in their heyday.
They've won the title 5-6 times.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, no, I get that. I do generally think this season we will.
Well, I'm asking you, what is that? The transfer window has made you convinced that it is? Or
yeah, I know this is going to say. Look, the whole process over these many years. I believe now we are at where we need to be with the transfers, with the depth of the squad, with how we're playing, with how the Emirates is. Everything. I think everything's starting to fall into place.
The blocks are in place.
Okay, listen. If we lose today, if we lose today, or we draw, then listen. I'll eat my words, and I will come out and publicly apologise for being absolutely.
No, listen. I love it that you got that optimism. I want that optimism.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, for me, Arsenal have got to back that Leeds game up today with what Marty's saying. Boom, bang, bang. And I go, do you know what? Yeah, I see it, but I don't see it at the moment. Like, you know what I mean? I see all the players there, and I don't see us.
We did win the last home game 5-0.
Yeah, but I was asleep the first half.
You got most of the goals in the second half.
It was like, it weren't great. But no, they've got the job. That's what I'm saying. You know, but you want to. That's one game. I want to see it like today. I think today's a massive. I was just bumped into Chris Hudson on the way down here, like, you know. And he's
but you're too optimistic.
He ain't very optimistic. He ain't very optimistic. Like,
too optimistic.
But you know what I mean. But we were saying that today is this game is, and not more important, will show us more against Forest than it will do next week against City. This is the game that shows you if you're going to be. This will show us today. I'm going to sit back today, relax, and just say, right,
not surprising.
Let's see
level.
what it is like. You know what I mean? Let's see what it's like.
Why did we beat them 3-0 last year?
Yeah, we did. And
Played really well that
They were
day.
arguably better last year. If we're going off what you're saying about they just lost 3-0 to West Ham, they sacked their manager, blah, blah, blah. Then, yeah, they were obviously a good team last year. When we beat them 3-0, it was...
We was a bit nervous going
wasn't
that
towards
game,
the end of the season, was it?
It was January time.
Yeah, they were still
If I
pushing
remember,
for the Champions
wasn't
League.
it straight after an international break as well? Like,
I think it might have
I
been.
can't remember that.
But they were still pushing for Champions League spots at that point. They were, and we were kind of on in a bit of a rocky period. And yeah, we beat them 3-0. Shame we haven't got Saka because he loves a goal against Forest. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think we're going to win. If we get into predictions, I'll give you my prediction. But it's just when you say we're going to slap them, it's going to be 5-6s. I'm just like,
all right, well, let's get your prediction, Christian.
I'll go 3-1.
3-1.
I think we'll win it. I think as a game, they will sit back. I don't think Ange is going to go play the high line yet.
Nor do I.
And I think there's enough attacking quality today. Marino's, playing there. He's going to attack more. Odegaard, he's in form. They won 11-1 at with Norway. Gyökeres, Madueke, Eze starting. Emirates will be buzzing. Yeah, I think we win the game. I'm just not.
Okay. So what's your prediction?
I think we'll probably. I reckon we might lose 2-0.
No, fair, man.
No,
Good
listen.
team. Spend a lot of money.
I said my prediction that I said midweek, and I'm sticking with it. 4-0. I don't think that's outlandish. I think that's realistic.
No, it's not.
I think that Eze will score. I do. I don't know. Listen, I might be complete. We'll see at the end of the game, won't we?
4-0 would be a statement win, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, massive.
Be lovely and all that. You know
What do you think, though?
I've said 3-0, but I think 2-0. But I'd love it. I'd love it to listen. I'd love us to win 4 or 5 today, but I think it'd be a lot tougher than what we think it'd be. I think 2-0.
I went 2-0 as well, actually. I've been going 2-0 all week. I think I'll stick with that. You know, I mean, especially looking at that Forest side, it is a good side. You're going to have to defend well as well, Arsenal, on the counter, because they've got players that can hurt us. You know, if you loose balls that Gibbs White and these guys pick it up, these are serious players. So, we're going to have to play really well. A super chat here from Herd 88. He says, unless Declan is injured or needs a rest, I'd start him every game. The out-and-out only true baller and best midfielder, Zubimendi, is not physical enough. Marino is too slow. we better hope for 100% possession, he says. Physicality, is there enough physicality in that team for this game?
Yeah,
Or do you think that Mikel's just banking on it that, we're going to have most of the ball?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a physical game. I don't think it's going to be kind of a basketball match end to end. We're going to be camped in their half most of the game. So I don't think we need that physicality necessarily. I think Zubimendi will have enough in terms of breaking up play on the counter attack. Just let him sit. And like I said, push Marino forward, push Odegaard forward, let him create.
The other thing is, I understand what you're saying, that fella. It's a great point. Like, I'd play Declan Rice every game, but realistically, you can't. We've got up until January now. We've got a game every 3 days, midweek. So you're going to have to he's going to have to be rested somewhere along the line. Now he'll be rested at Port Vale. You know what I mean? Probably. But there are other games that you can. So you have a look at it, you think, right, you've got in this 3 game period, you've got Forest, Bilbao and City. Well, I've got to rotate all of that. The one game that I feel that I could get away with it is at home against Nottingham Forest. So I see I do see that. You know, I mean, the next 2 games, Declan Rice will play, and I think that's going to happen with a lot of players.
It's not like he's bringing in some scrub as well.
Of course
he's in form. Just scored a hat-trick for Spain.
4-2.
Let him express himself. Let him go and play.
Rio
We're looking
Sociedad
for goals.
midfield. This is, by the way.
Real Sociedad midfield it is.
Did he win the league or anything like over in Spain? We'll wait and see.
All right, well, listen, we've come to the end of the show today. Let me, just remind you of the Arsenal team to play Nottingham Forest today. David Raya making his 100th appearance. He starts in goal. Urian Timber, Mosquera in for Saliba, Gabriel and Calafiori. Zubimendi, Marino and Martin Odegaard, Madueke, Victor Gyökeres and Eberici Eze making his debut. Cecil's here.
Just quickly, right? Because I got a lot of heat in the comments for predicted 11 this week. Because I said no Rice in the midfield for this game. I got no ball knowledge. Cecil's, what you smoking? What you drink? What I got absolutely. Even after we finished recording, it's not FIFA. Ryan had this, bro. What you doing? What you putting Rice? The manager. Listen, sometimes, sometimes.
Marty did want to apologise.
I did apologise. No, I did say.
Oh, you did? I haven't watched serious.
No, apparently he said our production sent him a message and said, "Oh yeah, Marty was laughing at you."
Yeah, he was kidding. We were killing you.
No, I said when I said putting Marino in, and I said to him, "My exact words, Cecil afterwards went, oh, thanks for taking the heat off."
Yeah, that's what he
said. And he went, "Mate, I'm getting it." I went, "You took one for the team there, mate."
So what you're saying is you led the hate campaign against.
Because
this was off camera.
I wouldn't trust how smart.
Yeah, I know. I thought Marty was my mate. Yeah, he's being smart.
Smart in there, isn't he? Smarty Marty. You wait till we get on the plane. He's getting it big time. Don't worry about that for me.
Smarty Marty.
No, but I'm giving it to him. We went a bit of our backstabbing like that.
Oh, has he been doing that?
I'm going to sit there. I'm going to go, yeah, Marty.
Oh, you'll try and get him off. Yeah, try and get him off his.
Anyway, listen, we've come to the end. Don't forget, we got the watch along coming up, and of course, you just saw Cecil there. He's going to be heading it up. Christian, you're here for the watch along as well. So make sure you are here for our big watch along today. It's a big game. 12:30 kickoff UK time. Arsenal taking on Nottingham Forest. Massive game. Is a must win for us. We're at home. We've got to win this game. So listen, make sure you guys enjoy it, and we can enjoy a big win. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Christian. And as I said, we're back very shortly with a watch along. So join us here on AFTV.